Steve Bowers and
Cassandra Fuller.
yeah, welcoming you to Six in the City virtual. And so you have moved outside.
I have, you gotta keep things fresh. You gotta, be in different areas. So I thought
Yeah.
it's a beautiful day today. I thought I'd change my backdrop and be outside. I didn't want to focus it towards the trees because they're terribly brown. So
Okay,
but I'm
well,
outside.
it looks,
So
it looks good. Yeah, Thomas said I could improve things if I would clear off my desk. So, so now you tell me after all these months doing this, we have a full show. We have a full show with a lot of great people.
Yes, we do. We sure do. First up, we're going to be talking with Wilson. I can't get it right. Sierra Wilson, with the Jackson Animal Care Center. We're going to talk to them a little bit about what's going on there and their animals they have there. And then Jason Garrett with Union University is here because they just completed their Hub City Innovation Cup Challenge. And I believe he's got some students that are going to join us as well. So some of the winning students, some of the students that participated. So we'll find out more about that. And then Mike Perry with PBS is here. They've got something, a special program for children that's coming up. We want to talk to him a little bit more about that and find out how you can get involved. And then Jennifer Wiles with Discovery Park is here, going to tell us about some of the collections, some of the exhibits that are there. And then our entertainment today is from the Jukes.
Yeah, they're going to be doing a show at the Ned toward the end of April.
That's
so
right.
It'll be a preview, so glad to have them with us. Well, it's good to see you and outside. Maybe I can catch up and do the same thing, but
that's right.
We're coming right back, so stay with us for this Six in the City.
As the COVID-19 vaccines become available, you might be asking yourself, should I get it? And if I do, will I be able to go about life without putting my family at risk? You've got questions, and that's normal. The fact is, the vaccines are safe and effective. They're going to save lives. To get the latest on the COVID-19 vaccines, visit getvaccineanswers.org, because getting back to the moments we miss starts with getting informed. It's up to you.
As we all take care and precautions, practicing social distancing with more time at home, we may find ourselves using more broadband too, relying on internet, television, and telephone services to stay connected to work, school, and family. JA is working hard to keep our customers, employees, and families safe while bringing vital services during this time. Keeping you connected to the essential broadband services Jackson's homes and businesses depend on is one thing you can count on at JEA today.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We had this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
Well, we're going to the Jackson Animal Care Facility, and we're outside. Sierra Wilson is with us. We got a special guest. Sierra, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
We are doing very, very well. And good to see you outside. What a perfect day to be out.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about our new arrival here.
This is Miss Miracle. She was surrendered yesterday from her home, and she will be available for adoption in a couple of weeks. She's a Pomeranian Chihuahua mix and about a year old. She's not really sure what's going on around here, but we're working on trying to keep calm and be happy with the sunlight.
Getting her little vitamin D therapy right now, right?
So she was just dropped off yesterday, so she is trying to become accustomed to everything.
Yep. So everything's brand new and a little scary still.
Yeah.
I bet. So how are your intakes there at the shelter, Sierra?
So intakes are doing pretty steady. We've got quite a few dogs that come in, quite a few dogs that are going out, and thankfully not a whole lot of cats at the moment. So our cats are going to hit probably later this month for kitten season.
Kitten season starts sometime soon. I remember Whitney saying that.
Indeed. So right now we've got a lot of adult cats, a few little kittens available, but mainly a lot of them are at Petco and in our adoption room right now.
Okay. So if
I didn't realize you do that. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't either. So if people are interested in Miss Miracle, when will she be available for adoption, and how can they get to adopt her?
Miss Miracle should be available for adoption at the end of this week or early next week. She's got to go to the vet, get all of her shots, and make sure she's fixed. If anyone's interested in adopting her, they can come in and fill out an application on her. We'll keep that on file until she's available. She won't be available for a meet and greet until she's available for adoption, though, so later this week.
Okay.
Now you make every effort to match the pets with the owners. And so what's that process like?
So owners fill out some information and kind of take a little survey, let us know how they are actively, what kind of family they have, where they live, if they rent, if they own, that kind of thing. And we try to match their personality and their energy to the dog. Of course, they have the end say so, but we try to pick the best dog for them and let them greet and meet a lot of different dogs and go from there.
So with these meet and greets, how many of these meet and greets do you do? Is it just dependent on the animal and the adopter?
It depends. A lot of the adopters have an idea of what dog they want when they come in. So they go through our available animals and decide they want to meet a couple of them outside. They can go for walks. They can play in the backyard with them. And then from there, we also discuss personalities. If they plan on hiking with the dog, if they plan on sleeping on the couch all day with the dog, and figure out which one's the best for them.
Okay. Well, who's your longest resident there right now at the center?
Our longest resident is, I believe he actually just got adopted. Mr. Bronx got adopted last week.
Okay.
And so I'm not exactly sure which one is our longest since then. I don't work at the shelter a whole lot. I'm usually out on the road as an animal control officer. So I get to bring these little guys in, but I don't get to see a whole lot of them after that.
Oh, wow.
Okay. All right.
What is that like, being an animal control officer?
It's a lot of fun.
Is that right? Okay.
A lot of people and a lot of different animals, and you get crazy calls every day. It's absolutely a blast. No 2 days are the same.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to ask, what's the craziest call you've gotten so far?
Well, there's a lot of cats and gutters and storm drains. I've gotten a call about baby wildlife before, baby otters getting stuck, things like that. A lot of farm animals, believe it or not. We have chicken calls that we have to go chase down chickens. So
okay.
Those are always fun ones.
Well, we had the fire department on, what was it, last week or the week before, and I asked about cats in the trees. They said, been a fireman for 20 years, never had rescued a cat out of a tree.
Exactly. That can come down when it wants to.
All right.
No, because that's what Sierra does.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Sierra, so good to have you with us, and
It is.
good
Thanks
luck
so
with
much for being
this
here.
young lady here. She seems absolutely delightful, and I'm
Thank
sure
you.
that,
She'll make a good pet for somebody. Miss
the
Mira.
next time you have one where you say, well, all they want to do is sit on the couch and sleep all day, you send that one my way.
Absolutely will.
Okay.
We've got several.
Okay. Good to have you with us. We look forward to future visits. Thanks a lot.
It's good to see you
We're going to be
here.
right back. We're going to talk to Jason Garrett coming up next on this
Six in
the City.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter which you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Tired of internet that leaves you waiting and monitoring your usage with extra fees? Switch to E+ broadband from the Jackson Energy Authority for fiber optic internet with the fastest speeds to keep everyone connected. Enjoy being online as much as you want without worrying about extra fees or data usage limits. Perfect for when you need to download and upload large files, stream videos, or use your favorite video conferencing app. E+ broadband, fastest internet, no data caps, no slowdowns, no worries.
Our fight against coronavirus isn't over. We still have to slow the spread and do our part. Let's wear face masks in public. Stay 6 feet or more from others. Follow state and local guidelines. Wash our hands frequently and stay home when we feel safe. For ourselves, for our loved ones, for our future. Let's move forward together. Learn more at coronavirus.gov.
Welcome back to Six in the City. Jason Garrett is with us. He is the Dean of the McAfee School of Business at Union University. One note before we get to the Innovation Cup, and that is we have the Marketplace Luncheon coming up. Can you still get tickets for that, Doctor, or are those sold out?
We still got a few more tickets. We're actually getting really close to our capacity limit, given our COVID limitations, but there's still tickets available, and you can go to www.uu as in unionuniversity.edu/marketplace. The tickets are available through the end of day Thursday. So we've got a couple more days that you can still get tickets.
Okay.
And
the luncheon itself is actually coming up. What's the date? The 18th?
March 18th.
18th, okay.
And that's from noon to 1:30. And our special guest speaker this year is Trudy Kathy White. We'll also be celebrating the 25th plus 1 year anniversary of the naming of the McAfee School of Business. We tried to do this last year, and that COVID word got in our way.
Yeah. Can't let the 25th anniversary go by without noting that. But get those ticket reservations in this week. Well, the Dean is here to talk to us about the Innovation Cup, which is a competition, a tech competition. You say it's a cross between what? Shark Tank and a Hack Fest.
Hack Fest and Shark Tank is really the cross. And the idea of a Hack Fest is a 24-hour competition where usually, well, you at least only have 24 hours to do the work. In our case, the students don't even know the exact theme until 24 hours before they're presenting before a Shark Tank-like board of executives that are going to dole out $5,000 worth of total prize money, which is really a pretty high pressure environment and really innovative and fun to watch our students compete well.
What was the theme this year?
So this year it was using technology to improve access to food, clothing, and shelter and mental health resources in Jackson, Tennessee. Okay. And some of those were really drawn because of the times we're in right now. Because of COVID, we realized that so many in our community are having harder times getting access to those pieces. And our students really came up with some fabulous ideas.
It seemed to be one of the better competitions that you've sponsored.
I feel like it's gotten better every single year. And you say sponsor too, but I would be remiss without talking to the sponsor of the contest as well as the show. Is JEA really is integral in being a part of this with us. Both Ben Lovins and Ted Austin have been great partners, as well as you, Steve, have been involved. Carrie Jones has been integral kind of behind the scenes in so many ways, but there's a number of people from JEA that have been a great partner with us, as well as the the Chamber of Commerce, Lane and Lambeth Universities have all participated with us, which is.
Jason, how many teams did you guys have this year?
This year we had 7 teams, which wasn't quite our biggest ever, but we also had a little difference. We made it a completely online event for the first time ever.
Okay.
And
just adding that much more pressure to the students.
one more thing for pressure for the students.
That's right.
But really it was driven by our times and just not knowing how to have so many people interacting and coming and going between our experts that come into the rooms, the number of team members, a few faculty administrators like myself kind of bouncing around the outside edges. But it really went pretty well in that format.
Well, everybody seemed to adapt well to it from what I saw and what I heard. So
they really did. And we've gotten used to now. I mean, so many things are on Zoom, even like great shows like Six in the City. And and we keep on figuring out ways to adapt in some ways. And that's kind of what our students, I think, said as a whole. Like, generally I wish I could have been on ground, but this wasn't all that bad. It actually worked for the format. But there were at least 1 or 2 students who said that it actually gave them additional access, the fact that it was online, that they could still do this and manage other responsibilities that they've got.
That's true. And this year too, it allowed you guys to do something a little bit different. You had a first time award this year, did you?
Yes. So we have 3 big awards, which are first, second, third prize. So the first place team gets $3,000, second place $1,500, third place team gets $500, and everybody else used to just get a thank you note. But this year we had everybody that was online with us for the final presentations could vote on a People's Choice Award. And interestingly enough, none of the top 3 teams were that choice.
Oh, wow.
People really thought there was another team that was meriting the People's Choice Award. And so all the viewers just got to vote on whatever criteria they felt was necessary. And that team will get to actually present a $1,000 donation to a charity of their choice in the Jackson area.
That's great.
Well, Dean, it's very good to have you with us. Jason Garrett, he's Dean of the McAfee School of Business at Union University. And so we're going to meet these winning teams, talk to them about those projects. And Jason, you know, a great deal of emphasis on things that are feasible for this community. And I think we really hit the mark this year.
Absolutely. I mean, last year's team turned into, idea came into a grant that AARP sponsored. The largest grant in that category ever given was from 24 hours, started from 24 hours of work with our student with some great help from the city as well. And that's going to actually transform our bus systems over the next few months as that grant gets implemented. But we look for some great things to come out of these ideas as well.
Well, thanks a lot. We're going to meet the winners. We're going to do that next. So stay with us right here for more Six in the City. Thanks, Doctor.
Hey, everybody. We are so glad to be here today. We are the Jukes. We're going to try to sing a little bit of a cappella music for you. It's interesting that we're standing in a studio today full of instruments that we don't need, or at least we think we don't need them. We're going to find out in just a moment. So we're going to start now with a song called Son of a Preacher Man by Dusty Springfield. Kevin's going to lead us off.
Billy Ray was a preacher's son, and when his daddy would visit, he'd come along. When they gathered around and started talking, Cousin Billy would take me walking. Through the backyard we go walking. He didn't look into my eyes. Lord knows to my surprise, the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. Lord knows he was. Being good isn't always easy, no matter how hard I try. When it started sweet talking to me, come and tell me everything is alright. Kiss and tell me everything is alright. Can I get away again tonight? The only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. Lord knows he was. Yes, he was. How well I remember the look that was in his eyes, stealing kisses from me on the side, taking time to make time, telling me that he's all mine, learning from each other's knowing, looking to see how much we've grown. The only boy who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. Lord knows he was. The only boy who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. Lord knows he was. The only boy who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. Lord knows he was. Yes, he was. He was. Right.
The SOAR Award, System Operational Achievement Recognition, presented by the American Public Gas Association, recognizes forward-thinking natural gas utilities that continually improve operation capabilities, adapt to challenges, and the changing demands of safe, reliable natural gas distribution. In 2019, the APGA Gold SOAR Award was presented to the Natural Gas Division of JEA. System integrity, forward-thinking innovation, all a real part of JEA today.
At Southern Family Dentistry, we offer dental treatment for your entire family. We have the latest 3D digital x-ray system. We offer implants, veneers, teeth whitening, and all the other normal services you receive at the dental office. We have 2 offices, one in Milan and one in Jackson, and E+ broadband telephone services allows us to connect both of those offices. It doesn't matter which office the patient calls, we have the ability to speak to that patient at either location.
I don't remember how it started.
North of that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Welcome back to Six in the City. We're pleased to be joined by the winners of the Innovation Cup competition that was held just recently at Union. It's sponsored by the Jackson Energy Authority, and it's a special tech competition, 24 hours, given a theme, applying technology to meet a certain need in Jackson, Tennessee. Emery, Andrew, and John are with us. Anna Rose is with us. Sean and Davis are with us, and then Grace with us. So they're all part of the winning teams. There were 4 winning teams. Good to have you all with us.
Thank you for having us.
Great to have you here. And we were talking about the reason for getting into this, and you say it's the adrenaline rush, the competition.
I absolutely love it. I got my competitive spirit from my father, and it's a lot of adrenaline going through when you know that it's 3 a.m. and you got to present at 2 o'clock.
Okay. So let's talk about the themes. Emery, Andrew, and John were the winning team. They were first place about using artificial intelligence and data to distribute goods to those that are in need in the community. How did you guys come up with this?
Yeah, so our team sort of started out with one idea. This is our 3rd year participating, and it kind of goes in the same path where we pick an idea and then we talk to all the experts and they tell us what's good, what's not good, and we refine from there. So our idea started out as like supply chaining all of the nonprofits in Jackson to help more evenly distribute goods that they might have. And then as the night went on, like, Anna was saying, at, 3 a.m., got that whole rush. As the night went on, it progressed more into, well, maybe we should use like artificial intelligence to learn donation trends and to predict weather patterns. To like, we had the Snowmageddon. Would have been great if we had some predictive data on that to help distribute coats and necessary goods more evenly.
A great idea. I want to follow that up. Anna Rose is with us, and Anna came up with the idea about client relationship management and streamlining the application process. And Anna, you say you've experienced this, and I know anytime you go somewhere, well, you need this and this. Well, I don't have this. Well, you're going to have to come back, right? Frustrating.
Exactly. When you look at agencies that are great in the city of Jackson, like RIFA and ARM, they all, in order to get those services, you have important documents you have to provide them. And so with my idea was the proximity cards, where you would essentially find someone, hopefully someone that has access to the internet, and the 4-band, which is what we're also pushing to, because we got to get ahead when it comes to technology, and getting them to upload their documents. So then when they go to different agencies, they're able to just present their proximity card, scan it, and then be all set to get all those resources and services.
Makes sense, absolutely.
It does make sense. Makes it so much more convenient and easy for the folks that really need it.
It is frustrating when you show up and say, well, you got to have this, and I don't have that. Well, you'll have to come back. That's just a problem. Davis and Sean worked on using kiosks to connect homeless people to needed services. So how would the kiosks work, or where would they be placed, guys?
They'd be placed in different locations around Jackson, like near some of the RIFE locations and a few of the homeless shelters that we have, as well as the possibility of a new homeless shelter coming in. It would go there. One of the things that we found is that the biggest problem that faces the impoverished people in Jackson is there's so many great, but there's no, they would know that they can, that there's a place to go where they can find the information that they need.
There's plenty of people in Jackson wanting to help. There's organizations left and right. You can look any which way and find that. The question is, how can we connect those people in a way that is efficient, streamlined, and gets them the help they need fast?
Okay. Grace is with us, and Grace, her project was using GIS to address child care desert. What are child care deserts, Grace?
Yeah, so a child care desert is just defined as any area or region where there just aren't enough child care facilities available, or there's not like affordability, or those like specific needs aren't met, whether you have children with special needs and there's not like a specific child care facility that can address that.
Would this data be used for people to place child care facilities, or to help people find other alternatives for themselves?
It would be for both. Yeah, so GIS technology is pretty well used in agriculture. And so 3 of the members of my team are biology majors, so we're familiar with that. And then another one of my team members is an education member. So that's how we kind of decided to combine the 2 elements of childcare and GIS technology.
Well, these are excellent overviews. What did you learn about Jackson in this process? I'll just throw that open to anyone, because you start from scratch and you're presented a problem. So what did you learn that you didn't know?
I learned just how many nonprofit organizations Jackson really had. In all honesty, I didn't know that there were that many around. And we looked at Matthew Marshall gave us the information about the 211 Hub website, and that lists a bunch of nonprofits and everything that they offer in their location. And I just had no idea we had that many in Jackson.
There's almost 100 in Jackson. No idea.
There's a lot.
What else did you learn, folks, about Jackson that you didn't know?
I think I love always hearing, when you start the competition, I always love hearing the history, because that's all brand new to me. You know, we're a military family, so we move around and you really learn to appreciate where you're at and for everything that it has to offer. So I love when you go on to say that no one imagined that Jackson would look like what it looks like right now.
Yeah. Yeah, those of us of some age, yeah, we're stunned still when you see what is happening. Part of this
I learned through,
yes, go ahead.
Thank you. I learned through contacting different organizations, some different people, some different churches, that there's such great people in Jackson who want to be there to help the community. The biggest problem is an information disconnect where they don't necessarily know where to go to.
Okay. Grace, did you learn something you didn't know about this city?
Yeah, I feel like as a college student coming into Jackson, just from a bigger area in Illinois, I always feel like Jackson's kind of behind, but especially as we were working with GIS technologies, it was really cool just connecting with like local tech companies just to see like how advanced Jackson actually is with different technologies and medias that they're using. So that was something I learned. Maybe I'll stay here.
We hope you do.
That's part of the objective of all this, is to keep the talent in the city that comes to the city
Exactly.
here. So that's good to know. We're going to continue these conversations. We'll take a break. We're talking to the winning teams and representatives of the winning teams from the Innovation Cup competition, which is a tech 24-hour intense competition to find a way to apply technology to meet social needs in Jackson, Tennessee. We're back with more as we continue this Six in the City.
We are in an opioid crisis. More and more of our neighbors are dying from opioid overdoses. More than 1,300 Tennesseans in 2018 alone. You have the power to reverse this deadly trend. Because of the COVID-19 outbreak, Jackson Madison Prevention Coalition is now offering free Narcan training online and by phone. Narcan reversal kits are available. Contact Mark Mason at 731-694-0741. That's 731-694-0741. Don't let your loved one become a statistic.
For the most reliable drinking water supply at the highest quality, reach for the tap. Our tap water is safe and continues to exceed all government requirements. For more information about our drinking water, visit www.jaxenergy.com/JEACCR.
Move over. It's the law. When approaching work vehicles or crews, move over to create a safety zone. It protects utility workers, law enforcement, firefighters, and emergency personnel. It's not an option. Slow down. It could save a life. Stay safe. Move over.
Hi, I'm Kedrick Perkins, PGA General Manager at Jackson Country Club. Jackson Country Club's amenities are true Southern hospitality. Championship golf course, fine dining, 6 tennis courts, junior Olympic pool and fitness. We pride ourselves in giving our members the best. Choosing JEA was a logical choice so that we could tie in our phone, internet, and cable solutions so that we can advance our next segment of technology.
Welcome back to Six in the City. Steve Bowers, Cassandra Fuller with you. We're joined by representatives of the winning teams of the Innovation Cup competition, which is a tech competition hosted at Union University, sponsored by the Jackson Energy Authority, the telecom division, and trying to find ways to take technology and to help it and help meet social needs in Jackson. The things that we've talked about are the fact that there are many service organizations in this city, a lot of people who care that are trying to reach out. There are needs, and there's tech capability in this city. So folks, as you have looked at this now, what is the key challenge out there? Is it the coordination that you sense is missing?
You mean the key challenge to
meeting these needs out there? You're finding these organizations, so you're finding caring people out there. And yet you sense that there may be better ways to organize this or to effectively connect people and services?
I think that like there's things that technology can aid the people that are already doing this hard work you know, why do what you're doing with one hand tied behind your back when you have all of these excellent resources at your fingertips to really up the efficiency and the breadth of distribution? I think I think that's one restriction that we found, is that that might not be taken advantage of as much as it really could.
To add to that too, I would say that it really solidifies the relationship between the agency and the individual looking for the services, because you no longer have to say something like, I don't have your file, or no, we don't have enough stuff to, to go ahead and distribute. I mean, with all of these ideas, we're trying to bridge that gap. And I think that we really have to keep technology at the forefront if we want to move forward and get Jackson even further than we can imagine.
So these projects that you guys came up with, are you going to take these further? Are you going to continue with these projects? Are you going to see opportunities to try and present these to turn into something viable?
Well, it's interesting. Even last year, and similarly this year, we had one of the judges come up and say, this is kind of already in the works that we weren't aware of. So it's interesting, all the judges and the experts that come along with this competition, they've come up to us afterwards and say, look, we could really work together on this, and we need to talk about some ideas. But a lot of this stuff is kind of already going to happen.
Oh, wow.
The common theme in all of our projects was just a recognition of some of these issues that are already there.
Mm-hmm.
And we all came at them from slightly different angles. But at the end of the day, since some of these things are already, the ball's already rolling, some of these particular ideas that came up in this pressure cooker environment will end up going on to be helpful in those real world implementations. It's all of them are ultimately about building that bridge, because if we've got the resources at our fingertips and we just haven't taken hold of them, that's all there is to do, is build the bridge.
It was last year that a similar idea actually brought a big grant to Jackson, and hopefully that our projects or ideas can do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, key to that is having presenters having judges that hear you, that are connected with these organizations. That certainly was the case last year with the city of Jackson. Grace, you keyed on a different area in a sense, and that is with childcare and specifics. Where do you see this going as far as your project?
With our childcare facility, that was one of the things that had been talked about in the opening session, was just the lack of childcare facility. So it's been an ongoing problem in Jackson. And so GIS technologies was just one way we thought of how to not only increase the amount of communication between the agency and the individual, but also just between agencies, because we've seen a lot of just lack of communication between the nonprofits themselves, and just a lot of churches provide non-traditional childcare. So hopefully even just like taking smaller steps to getting churches like advertise, say like, hey, we have a vacation Bible school, or we have an after school program, just so parents and caretakers are more aware of opportunities that already exist.
Okay.
So
one of the things that you had mentioned, I think, that came out in this was the fact that sometimes there are just very specific needs. Somebody may be working with an agency and they're going in for a job interview. It would help them if they had new clothes, or maybe, as you talked about, during times of extreme weather, if there was a way to facilitate getting coats and whatever to specific people in specific circumstances. So it's kind of exciting to see how technology could assist that.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it was a real insight into all this. I don't know how much longer you'll be at Union. You contemplate on doing this competition again?
We're actually all three graduating.
No doubt.
I will.
Our last.
All right. Well, good luck with where you're headed with this. So you're glad to have been a part of it.
Absolutely.
Been a blast.
Yeah. Well, that is good enough. It is very, very intense, and just from a standing start and 24 hours later,
a lot of pressure.
A formal presentation, absolutely. And these folks come in with graphs and charts and research, and they've talked to people.
That's what.
Good to meet all of you and appreciate your involvement in this. It's been a real pleasure to see this contest develop over these years.
It's exciting to hear all the ideas. I think that, especially from those who are not from Jackson. So I think it's wonderful. So
continued best of you all, and we hope to see some of you next year.
That's right.
Thanks very much.
Thank you so much.
Guys.
We're back with more as we continue. 6 in the City.
Here at the Emergency Operations Center, we rely on E+ broadband fiber network to better serve Madison County. With high-speed internet, we track storms and natural disasters in real time. Also, fiber internet gives us the speed to host training classes preparing responders from all over the county and state. The phone system allows us flexibility to stay in contact and make conference calls with both in and out of the office with local, state, and federal agencies. Connectivity is an important part of emergency management.
Want to receive account information via text? When you enroll in JA Alerts, you can. Text to get a bill balance, due date, set a payment extension, receive an outage notification, reply to report an electric outage. Text JOIN, J-O-I-N, text JOIN to 53248, 53248. Cell phone number must be current and attached to your JA account. Visit jaxenergy.com/textalerts for more information.
With E+ broadband and Watch TV Everywhere, you can now take your TV on the go. Just visit WatchTVEverywhere.com to sign up. Then you're all set to catch your favorite shows, movies, and sports wherever and whenever you want on any internet-connected device. Choose from our growing selection of networks from your cable package at no extra charge. Visit WatchTVEverywhere.com to learn more. It's easy to sign up for E+ broadband's TV Everywhere.
Welcome back to Six in the City. Steve Bowers, Cassandra Fuller with you. And from the Innovation Cup, now we go to Mike Perry, who is the director, manager, whatever it is, of public television in West Tennessee. Mike, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are y'all?
Oh,
We're good.
fine.
We're good.
West Tennessee Public Television, of course, is WLJT television. And just been a tradition in Jackson and West Tennessee. And Mike, how's that work going for you? That was kind of a new step in your life to get into public television.
From monkeys and dogs to TV.
Mike was directing the fair, so
I wondered how you were going to put that, Mike, from monkeys and dogs. Yeah, okay.
I always get that in too, don't I?
Of course. You have to. I mean, it just makes your resume interesting, right? Monkeys and dogs.
Mike, what do you want people to know? I know we got a specific project to discuss, but what do you want people to know about Channel 11 and public television in West Tennessee?
Well, first of all, we serve the public. We are paid for by the public and through their donations and through the taxpayers. We are here to educate your children, particularly those in kindergarten through elementary school. It's a strong educational tool for parents who have gone to work, and we're proud to be a part of that.
Okay, COVID has really changed the role of Channel 11.
It has. Now,
or maybe not changed the role. It's made it, I guess, even more crucial.
It's enhanced its role, really.
Yeah.
Correct. We have a brand new project starting, which hopefully you'll get to that later, but we are having educational content with the Department of Education across the state of Tennessee. There are 6 PBS stations. We cover West Tennessee, Northwest Tennessee. Memphis is to the south. Those 6 stations are showing Department of Educational content. We show it from 9 to 11 a.m. and then 11 to 1 p.m. And that's straight classroom content from 9 to 11. The 11 to 1 p.m. is more for the high school kids like Nova and Nature and things like that.
Mike, how is that being tied into the public school system?
Well, that wants to lead me to my new topic, but
yeah, go ahead.
We have a Pbs Learning Apps, which has classroom content. Teachers can click links, thousands of links, profiled to their age, their class, history, mathematics, science, technology. They're preformed, they're set up for teachers. All teachers have to do is go in and click around and use it. It's free. It's an amazing tool. Some teachers use it, some teachers don't. I know in Cookeville, which is kind of a sister city, just about exactly our size.
Okay.
They have a teacher who is half paid for by the school system and half by PBS. And that teacher works with the school system, teaching teachers and students how to use the tools, which is billion-dollar infrastructure, of course.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So what message do we need to get out today, or who you want to get this to teachers, parents? Who needs to be aware of this?
Yes, teachers, principals, even the superintendent's school board's office. We're here to serve, of course. And teachers are so busy. They got so many technologies. I think the teacher's problem is they're having to learn in classroom content and technological virtual
And
content.
virtual content.
Right.
And they're going to change that.
Simultaneously, yes.
That's correct. They'll change that this year. Now we have something new called data casting. With that, we can mimic broadband and internet service to children who do not have broadband or internet service.
Okay.
Now, I'll tell you how we do that.
I was gonna say, how's that work?
Yes, it comes off of our TV tower. So every TV station has about 19.4 megabytes per second of space. We took one of those and dedicated it to education. So there's nothing on that space. So we can put files. Now this is file based. You can send a file up to my TV channel. And if a student who doesn't have the internet now out in the country has a little receiver box with an antenna, it'll mimic a Wi-Fi system, pick up that television signal, and you can drop files into children who do not have internet access.
How do you link that?
Well, we've already dedicated the spectrum space on our TV to it. There's, in other words, in the weeds, we cut the quality of our TV broadcast, gave it to this spectrum area for education. And we have in our master control, it feeds through our master control to the transmitter over here just outside Madison County and broadcast it out. You have to have that receiver box now and an antenna to pick up that signal from the tower.
Mike, you got a lot of things that people can plug into now, and
Yes.
teachers and everything else. What's the best way for them to get information and follow up on this?
Well, easiest way you can contact me, go to our website, west10pbs.org. We rebranded to West Tennessee PBS.
All right.
We did technically it's our call letters. We don't go by WLJT anymore. So
west10pbs.org.
Correct.
Okay. And pick it up from there. Mike, appreciate you being on with us. We may need to follow up on this.
Right.
We'd love to have
Thanks,
the
Mike.
opportunity to do it.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Mike. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
I know you missed the monkey rodeo, but I'm glad you're where you are.
All
I
right.
know,
We
right?
appreciate y'all.
We're going to the main stage here, and we're welcoming the Jukes.
The Jukes.
We're going to do a song now that was done in 1986 by Billy Joel on the album An Innocent Man. Billy actually recorded all the parts himself. I don't know if you know that or not, but he did. Now, obviously there are 5 of us, so we have the luxury of being able to sing it all together one time versus having to go back and put all the voices together. We're going to try it for you now. It's called For the Longest Time. Here we go.
Dum 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 whoa, longest for the longest time. Whoa, longest for the longest.
If you said goodbye to me tonight, there would still be music left to write. What else could I do? I'm so inspired by you. That hasn't happened for the longest time. Once I thought my innocence was gone. Now I know that happiness goes on. That's where you found me when you put your arms around me. That hasn't happened for the longest time. Whoa, longest for the longest time. Whoa, longest for the longest time. That voice you're hearing in the hall, and the greatest miracle of all is how I need you and how you needed me too. I haven't been there for the longest time. Maybe this won't last very long, but you feel so right that I could be wrong. Maybe I've been hoping too hard, but I've come this far, and that's more than a hope for. May knows how much further we'll go on. Baby, I'll be sorry when you're gone. I'll take my chances. I forgot how nice romance is. I haven't been there for the longest time. I had second thoughts at the start. I said to myself, hold on to your heart. Now I know the woman
that you are. You're wonderful so far, and
much more than I hoped for.
I don't care what a consequence it brings. I have been that a fool for lesser things. I want you so bad. I think you ought to know that I intend to hold you for the longest time. Whoa, 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 for the longest time.
Say it and see it with voice control. Find your favorites faster across live, recorded, and streaming TV. Movies, shows, news, sports, music are just a voice command away. Show me action movies. Just for kids. Every result personalized based on viewing habits and time of day. Say it, watch it. It's that easy with the power of voice control.
Need to check your bill balance? Set a payment extension. Get outage notifications. With JEA, it's easy. Text. When you enroll in JEA alerts, you open all those possibilities. To enroll, text JOIN, J-O-I-N, to 53248. Text JOIN to 53248. If your cell phone number is current, two-way texting is yours. Real-time communication, direct customer service with JEA today.
I'm Mark Taylor. I'm the owner of Renew Biomedical Services based out of here in Jackson, Tennessee. We're a provider of biomedical services for medical professionals. At Renew Biomedical, our use of telecom is of utmost importance. We have to reach our customers in a timely fashion so we can diagnose and service their equipment needs. So E+ Broadband allows Renew Biomedical to connect effectively with our customers in whichever way they choose, via email, phone, Skype, teleconferencing, in any way you can imagine.
Welcome back to Six in the City. Steve Bowers, Cassandra Fuller with you, and we're taking a trip right now. We can zoom anywhere we want to go.
That's right.
We're going to zoom to Discovery Park of America, and we welcome Jennifer Wiles, who is the director of the exhibits and collections there. She didn't have anything to do. How many exhibits have you got, Jennifer, at Discovery Park?
Oh gosh, I couldn't even tell you. I mean, in our main building, there's 10 galleries, but then, we have 50 acres outside. So I couldn't even imagine coming up with a number.
She's got something brand new, and this is the Southern Artist Showcase. So what is this, Jennifer?
So the Southern Artist Showcase, it's an art exhibition where we rotate different artwork from Southern artists. And it's something fairly new that we've started. This is only the second one we've done. The first one featured Red Grooms, who's a Tennessee artist. So this second one that we've just opened recently is called the Caldwell Collection Works by Southern Self-Taught Artists. And what that means is, to kind of break it down, I know it's a bit of a mouthful. All of the art pieces are on loan from the West Tennessee Regional Art Center. That's in Humboldt, Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah. And they come from what they refer to as the Caldwell Collection. They had some locals, a husband and wife, Humboldt local, Dr. Benjamin Caldwell and his wife Gertrude, and they provided all the artwork that's in their collection. So that's what we have on loan here. And then the works by Southern Self-Taught Artists just means that all of the artwork that we're featuring, it's from artists who had very little or even no formal education or formal training in art. So everything that they produce, it's just whatever they want to make, however they want to make it.
So the exhibit is open at Discovery Park. It will be there how long?
Until September 27th.
Okay.
Of this year.
Okay.
Well, Cassandra's an artist, and so she knows all about this stuff. It's kind of interesting. No art training at all. So did it include sculpt? What all does it include, Jennifer?
There's drawings, paintings, there's carvings and pottery. And if you like, I can pick you for a little quick video.
Yeah,
tour.
let's just
I'd
go.
really like to see it all.
Let's take a little tour.
Okay.
We just turned Discovery Park
turn my
into a big
camera
art
around.
gallery here.
Okay. And I'll try to hold it as best I can. I don't want to get anyone motion sick. So this is the exhibit. It's in the lower level of our main building, Discovery Center. It's you're going to walk right through it if you're on the way to our outside 50-acre heritage park.
Okay.
So we feature several artists this time as opposed to the one we did the first time. And there are 3 artists in particular that we discuss kind of more in detail. The first is Jimmy Lee Suddith. He's an Alabama finger painter. So basically he preferred using his fingers to paint his artwork rather than brushes because he said that it never wore out. His fingers never wore out. And he actually spin around slowly. We have several pieces from him. He actually paints using mud.
Oh, wow.
Those are really interesting.
Okay.
And the second artist we discuss is Miss Ludy Amos. She was born in Georgia and then lived in Cleveland, Ohio for a bit, but then eventually moved to Clarksville, Tennessee. And she creates several different types of artwork, but one of which being she makes dolls. Oh. And I wish that there was a better name or phrase that I could use to describe these pieces because they're just so fantastic and so detailed. And I just don't think doll really does it any justice. That's my favorite piece here. And then another artist we discussed is Berlin. He is a North Carolina potter, and he's pretty well known for helping to keep alive a pottery tradition that existed in the North Carolina area since the 1700s, I believe. And he kind of kept that going, and then he made a point to teach it, that tradition to other potters, future potters, so that it would live on. And then I'm gonna spin around again. Then on these back 2 walls, kind of just a collage of art from different artists. They're just ones that we didn't really have a whole lot of information about, not a whole lot is known about them, but we still wanted to give the pieces an opportunity to be shown and appreciated by our guests. So that's where some of the wood carvings are. And then we have this last section here, and I guess I'll shout out the sponsor to our exhibit, the Citizens Bank.
All right.
We're
working with Jennifer Wiles, and she's the exhibit and collections director at the
Discovery Park
of America there. And so, and a lot of the stuff originated with Bill and all the folks at the West Tennessee Regional Arts Center in Humboldt, which is a real treasure. If you haven't been, need to go see it. So this is there until September or through September?
Through September 27th.
Okay, what's the reason? Jennifer, thank you for exposing this to us, and delighted to see that collection, of these collections being exhibited there, and to look forward to finding out more about these artists. So let's get to Discovery Park of America in Union City. Thanks a lot, Jennifer.
So much, Jennifer. Appreciate the tour.
We'll be right back with more as we continue this 6 in the City.
When I heard the word leukemia, I was terrified.
Thanks. Right here in West Tennessee, people are fighting for their lives.
Even though you know they're taking chemotherapy and they got a long road ahead, if they can maintain their smile and their energy, it makes it a whole lot easier.
That's why platelets are so vital. Wendy's blessed. Her son survived.
There's only one place to get platelets, and that's from people like you. Please give.
Doing what's never been done. The American Public Power Association includes over 2,000 local public utility systems. Over 15 years, the APPA has presented RP3 awards, recognizing system reliability, safety, workforce development, and improvement. JA in 2020 not only received the top-level Diamond RP3 award, it was presented to JA for the 7th time. No utility has been so recognized. Honored public power, another part of JEA today.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Welcome back to Six in the City. We're having this art discussion. So you took pottery, among other things.
I did. I took ceramics in college, and it was, yeah, like I said, it was my most favorite art class that I took. It was just.
But you didn't have lockers to store it in, so your stuff got stolen.
Yeah, a lot of my stuff got stolen. My mom has a few of my pieces, but
So there's an early Fuller out there somewhere that's
there is
increasing in value.
priceless. It is priceless.
Now, your sister is an artist, and she works in what form? She doesn't.
She is. Her
painting.
medium is encaustic. She
Which is?
paints layers and layers and layers. It's a method of painting, but she uses beeswax.
Beeswax.
That's tinted, and then she uses different mechanisms to maneuver that beeswax, I guess you could say, like heat. She uses a torch. She uses, some mixes different inks and colors in theirs and alcohols, and so it's just a really unique way of art. And
She did an exhibit at the Dixie last year, wasn't it?
she did it. Well, it was in 2019.
Oh, that's right. We lost it.
There's been quite a few years, but yeah, she's
lost year to
she's,
COVID.
I still got some of her pieces and was hoping to be able to do like a little show, but COVID hit and I haven't been able to do that. So hopefully.
Well, thank all of our guests for being with us. We got a lot of great folks and great things going on, and our congratulations to all those involved in the Innovation Cup at Union.
That's right. It's
great to see that competition develop. TSSAA basketball is coming up this weekend, this Saturday and next Saturday. The girls' state basketball tournament is underway this week. The championship game, single, double, and AAA this Saturday for the girls and next Saturday for the boys. That'll be live exclusively here in Jackson on E+ TV6. So look forward to that. All right, we're not running anywhere today, right?
No.
Okay, good.
Just around the neighborhood.
These folks are coming to the net, I believe, the end of April. I
right.
think somewhere around April 30th. And so we're going to close the show with the Jukes. Thanks for being with us.
That's right. See you next week.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin? For I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. And I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in and follow my lead. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet, and I never knew you were not someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just friends when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time, darling. Just kiss me so hard. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine, baby. I'm dancing